Yo, this is Dash, and today I'm gonna be cooking some tri-tip on the big green egg. So, I have done just like I did with the chicken thighs, where I moved the charcoal kind of off to the back. I'm gonna get this lit, and I'm gonna try to do like a reverse sear on those tri-tips, or on the tri-tip that I'm cooking. I'm gonna be cooking a tri-tip like one of you guys suggested. So, Ron, this one's for you, buddy. This is Dash. Yeah. All right, so today with these tri-tips, I'm going to actually, I found some tri-tips at the Restaurant Depot a while ago. They came in a pack of like 6. I told you guys in my area tri-tip is not that prevalent, so I don't get it very often. I can't really find it, but I did find it this one time I went to the Restaurant Depot. When I did find it, I found it was in like a 15-pound bag. It was like $5 a pound, and there were 6 pieces of tri-tip in the bag. I took and cooked 2 right away. I put some in the freezer. These are the last 2 that I have. I found them in the freezer. I was talking to one of you guys, and you gave me a simple recipe for the tri-tip, so I'm gonna try it out. It's just Worcestershire sauce. How do you say it? Worcestershire, and some Montreal steak seasoning, because I have it laying around. I'm just gonna splash some of the Worcestershire on it, and then coat it with the Montreal steak seasoning. Then I'm gonna reverse sear it, and we're gonna eat. Alright, so I have the vents, both top and bottom, just wide open, and I'm going to I let the tri-tips hang out in the Worcestershire sauce and the steak seasoning for about 10 or 15 minutes. I don't know how I'm gonna do this exactly. Let's just put it this way, and we'll put this one this way. And pour some of this right on top. Right on top. Alright, so now what I'm gonna do is just let these guys hang out. Have them the opposite side of the fire, obviously, and I'm gonna actually turn the fire down a little bit. Close it off. I don't want it to run away too high. So close that down. And we'll get the bottom vent closed down about halfway. We'll see what it does. Now I have the pinwheel on the top wide open. You guys can't see that. Yeah, still can't see it probably. Well, I have the pinwheel at the top wide open, and we're gonna see what happens to that. Alright, so I forgot to make mention of it earlier, but I'm going to put my meat thermometer into the tri-tip. I have it set for 120 degrees, so as soon as we hit 120 degrees internally, I will be taking the tri-tip off and putting it directly over the heat. And we'll get this one right down in the middle there. And I'm gonna hang this off of the grill. and I'll check back on it. Actually, I'm gonna open this bottom. So we'll let that ride at the bottom, and we'll leave the top choked off. Okay, so I have the grate at the bottom, or the intake at the bottom, wide open, and I have the daisy wheel at the top. Let's see. All right, it also is closed off but wide open, and the grill settled in right at about about 325. So I'm cool with that temperature. Looking at the temperatures of the tri-tips, hopefully you can see that. One is at 93 degrees and the other's at 99. I'm gonna flip them over. So I'm gonna flip them over, and I'm gonna put the opposite end closer to the fire. Yes, it's still hot. Get the probes back in there, and we'll let it finish cooking. Again, I'm gonna take it to 120 degrees. I just didn't want that one side that was closest to the fire to get too overdone. All right, so I think it's pretty dope that my temperature stayed pretty consistent at 325 degrees. Again, I have the bottom wide open, and I have the top daisy wheel just all shut off. Now, if I open this top and slide it open, it'll of course get higher, but I don't really want to. My temperatures of the tri-tips, the smaller one is at 122 and the bigger one is at 118, but I'm going to go ahead and get these guys cooking over the direct heat. So I'm gonna give that like a minute or two, and then we'll start checking for temperature. And actually, I'm gonna go ahead and open that top up, and the bottom is already wide open. Alright, the small one's at 128. The big one is at 128 as well. So we're getting there. I want to get these guys off at about 140. Alright, let's see what they're doing now. The small one on the right, we're at 136. And the big one on the left, we're at 127. Try a different section. 135. So let's do this. Let's flip this around. This one's done though. Oh yeah. Of course, the small one is done. Actually, I'm gonna move that over here and go get a plate to take that in the house. I'll be right back. Alright, so I've gone ahead and taken the smaller piece of the tri-tip off. And let's temp the big piece. Alright, we're getting there. That's at 135. Woo, hand is hot. Alright, that says 137. I'm gonna flip it over one more time. Close this, give it 30 seconds. Let's shut this thing down. Now, in case you didn't know, once you close off the big green egg, seal off the intake, seal off the exhaust, you can save this charcoal to cook on another day. And that's just exactly what I'm going to do. Close that up, and we'll cook on it another day. Let's get these guys in the house. Alright, so I'm in the house and I let this rest for just a few moments. Now, one of the things that I want to tell you guys is the tri-tip is a muscle that is running this way. I can see the grain of the meat, which is running this way, which means that I need to cut it this way. You always want to cut your meat perpendicular to the grain. Let's slice this up. And let's see what this looks like. That looks pretty amazing to me. I'm going to try a piece. We'll see what it tastes like. Here goes nothing. It's just a Montreal steak seasoning on it. I don't know. I probably could have standed there, let it sit in there, or marinate it. It's not bad. I think it needs a little salt. Scene one, take two. Oh, I actually took it. Ice cream, man. Ice cream, ice cream, ice cream. All right. So, because of the Worcestershire sauce, I probably could have let it sit in the Worcestershire sauce and the Montreal steak seasoning. It probably would have helped or added a little bit more flavor. Since I kind of just seasoned it quickly, maybe if I would have just done the Montreal steak seasoning, more of the salt would have actually adhered to the meat. But nonetheless, this is still good. I'm gonna have this last piece. I'm gonna get my kids, let them try some, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you again, as always, for watching. If you haven't already, please do subscribe. If you like what you saw today, if you learned something, please leave me a thumbs up down below. And again, I'll see you.